Finding a 3D scanner that works for small to massive car parts can feel nearly impossible. So in this video, we're going to test the Revopoint Pop4 3D scanner on 5 different car parts along with an outdoor test to find out how good it really is.
So I have a couple of smaller car parts that are pretty hard to find. So these will be perfect for 3D scanning and then sending them off to our 3D printer.
The 3D scanner we'll be using is the new Pop4 Revopoint sent us to test out. It comes with the 30 crossline blue laser mode, single laser line mode, full field HD infrared mode, V-cell rapid mode, and hybrid mode. It also comes with an automated turntable, a battery pack for wireless scanning, a tripod mount, some USB cables, and these special lenses, which we'll get into at the end of the video. The kit also includes tracking markers along with a calibration board, and I'll leave all the parts in the description along with the full guide. And for our first test, we're going to be using USB mode connected directly to a Windows PC.
And the first mode we're going to use to scan this part is the full field HD infrared mode.
So this mode doesn't need any tracking dots, but the part was a little wobbly. So I'm going to add a little modeler's putty to keep it from moving. Once you open the included software, it checks if your PC supports GPU accelerated rendering, which our GeForce RTX 470 passes. Now we can select the full field HD featured tracking mode. And in just a few minutes worth of scanning, this is what we have. I'm going to use the one-click process to convert the scanned data, and we can also make the surface smoother with the smoothing tool. We can also fill the back holes with the fill hole tool and export it as an STL that we can 3D print. For the next scan, I'm going to switch from USB to wireless mode using the included battery pack. But this time, I'm going to stand the part up on the automatic turntable along with some of the included tracking dots. And instead of manually scanning the part, I'm going to use the tripod for a hands-off 3D scan. And once the scanner is connected to the PC, I can start a new scan. And since the part has a really smooth surface, along with the darker color, I'm going to select marker mode along with the 30 crossline blue laser mode. And after a few minutes, I had a front and back scan of the second part. But I also wanted to get the back scan of the first part, so I made a custom stand and threw it back on the turntable. I selected marker mode again, but this time I used the full field HD infrared mode. But I didn't want to pick up all the noise, and that's where the new AI object segmentation feature comes in. It lets you select the part you want to scan, and everything else is automatically removed from the scan. After I performed the one-click process, the bottom was still a little bit jagged, so I used the polygon tool in order to select parts I didn't want and deleted them. Now I select filled holes with curves, and I can use the lasso selection tool to highlight everything I want to fill and apply. Once the holes were filled, it was still a little bit jagged, so I went back and used the polygon tool to cut off some of the jagged areas and deleted those sections, and then used the fill hole tool one more time to get a better result. Now the part is ready to be exported as an STL that we can send to the 3D printer.
And here's the results of the first full HD scan. I took the part and exported it into our 3D printing software. And as you can see, the part looks pretty similar from the original. Now on that first scan, we weren't able to get the backside. I just printed it straight down. No CAD work at all. This was literally just taking the scan, exporting it straight into the 3D printing software. Now in order to get the backside of this, we changed the scanning mode and used the markers along with the turntable. This is how the part came out. Now I did add a little bit of work to this one in the 3D printing slicer software. I added fuzzy skin, trying to get it a little bit of a texture, but here you can see the shape is pretty similar. And then here's the backside of how the part came out straight from the exported scan and sent directly to the printer. So that's actually some pretty good results for not having to reverse engineer this car part. But we also have another part that we scanned. So this part doesn't have any texture to it, which doesn't work as well for the HD scan. So what we did is we moved over to the blue laser line scan along with the markers and the turntable. And here is the part, again, sent directly to the 3D printer with no changes made in CAD. And as you can see, it's pretty close. Normally for a part like this, I would put it into CAD and do a little bit of work just to make these tabs a bit stronger and a bit thicker. But what I really wanted to do is show you how close the 3D scan is just to direct printing. All right, so now let's move on to our next part.
For scanning bigger car parts like the cylinder head, I like using tons of reflective markers along with a few magnetic markers from the Revopoint block kit. Don't worry, all the parts including the Pop 4 plus a full guide will be in the video description. Now all we have to do is select marker mode, which is the best option for scanning reflective or metallic surfaces without the need for any scanning spray. And with just a few passes, even at an angle, we never lost track of the part.
So take a look at that. You can actually see the details of the casting of the BMW logo here on the cylinder head, as well as the 1.8 and 84 and some other casting marks on this cylinder head. So this looks great. I can use this as a template to make some custom ITBs. I don't need the entire cylinder head to do that, just the intake section. Now what I can do is I can export this in a specific file format. You can choose STL, OBJ, or whatever your CAD software supports. That way you can export this and then you can use that as a template to create whatever part that you're going to make. So let's move on to our next part.
Next up, we're going to test some larger parts without tracking using the hybrid HD infrared mode. Since the engine block has a nice texture along with other trackable details, we're able to get a pretty decent scan in just around a minute. But I wanted to see the difference between the hybrid mode and tracking with the 30 blue cross laser line mode. The scan had way more details, but it took around 4 to 5 minutes to get the scan of the same section.
Okay, so for our next scan, this is actually the side of the engine block, and I did this completely without markers using the infrared HD combination of the V-cell, which is the hybrid mode. It doesn't look that detailed, but I really just want the bolt holes in certain locations in order to mock up a bracket that will be made in aluminum just for some weight savings. So if we do the one-click process here, we can see what that'll look like. So again, we're going to convert all those point clouds over to something that we can work with, that we can export into CAD. Okay, so you can see that here are the bolt locations. So not too bad. We can actually get some dimensions for where those are. But I did go back and I tried to scan it with markers using the blue light laser mode. And if we take a look here, this is what it looks like. You can see that there's a lot more detail. And if we took our time scanning everything, we can get even more detail. This was literally only a 1 minute scan, again, just to get those bolt holes. And I already went ahead and did the fuse process. And here you can see, I can tell exactly where those bolt holes are, so I can mock up some custom brackets. So depending on the level of detail that you want to get, you can toggle between different modes and you may get away with not even having to use any markers. But this scanner has one more trick up its sleeve, which we're going to try next.
Our next set of scans are further away from the PC screen, so I loaded up Revo Mirror screen sharing on my iPad. I was able to trigger the non-marker feature V-cell rapid scan mode to get a 3D scan of a rear fender section of our BMW E30 build. The V-cell scan mode also worked pretty well in the shade, scanning some plastic parts of my daily driver. But once you get into the sun, trying to scan a reflective surface with the blue laser can be pretty challenging. And that's where these filters come into play. They pop on magnetically like a pair of sunglasses. Once attached, I was able to get a scan of the body panel.
So now we're going to go over a couple of the scans that we did to the body panels, and where they were definitely matters. The first panel we did was actually in the garage, and we used the hybrid mode, the infrared hybrid mode to get this scan. Now this is indoor, so there's not a lot of sunlight. It's just shop light coming in. And then the panel is not glossy at all. It's very dingy, it's very old. And so we're actually able to scan the rear bumper section to get this. And here's what the scan looks like once it's cleaned up with the one-click function. And we can actually get the profile defined pretty well from this scan. Now, scanning outdoor is a whole nother story. So using the hybrid mode, V-Cell, or the HD full mode, this is the best that I could get. This is with the hybrid mode, and this is in the shade outside on the front bumper of the car, which is mostly plastic, not high gloss. So actually, when we clean the scan up, we can get a couple of different shapes and profiles from the scan. So this isn't all that bad for being outdoor in a harsh environment. Now, as we started to scan other parts of the car, this is where the infrared scanning really struggled, so I switched over to the blue laser with tracking dots. And this is the first scan that I tried to capture. As you can see, it didn't do too well, and that's primarily because it's really bright out. So what we did is we threw on the little sunglasses that comes with the Pop 4, and this is what we got next. So here's the scan. You can see this is what I was going after. I was trying to get the cover for the charger of our car. And if we look at the mesh, here we can see we've got a pretty good profile scan where we can actually recreate this cap. Now, the only thing that it wasn't able to scan was the plastic see-through ring here. But remember, this is outdoor with lots of light and then with the sunglasses on. So taking this inside is going to have a different result. But that's what I like about the Pop 4 is with all the 5 different modes that you have, you can switch between those 5 different modes in order to get the best scan. And if you want to learn more about Revopoint and how to take your 3D scans and reverse engineer them in CAD, watch this next video right here.